Beast, I'm out of here bringing you some more Battlefield 3 PC gameplay. So I wanted to talk about Battlefield Hardline. So I wanted to know, are you going to purchase it? For one, some of you I know that are fans of the Battlefield series, and I'm bringing you some Battlefield content. I actually like the series a lot myself. My favorite one is still probably Bad Company 2, just because of the memories, and I played a lot with my younger cousin. We played a lot of Battlefield Bad Company 2 on the 360, where it actually didn't really matter too much if it was on console or not. Again, it was probably better on PC because the port was much better. It was much more preferred for PC platforms, but the graphics weren't as intense as they are on PC, so it didn't really matter that you were getting 60 FPS or not. I don't really know what the FPS was set at on console. I would assume 30 just because the maps and stuff were so big. And on PC, you had a much larger amount of players, so there's a lot more to do. You had a lot more leverage for what you wanted to do, whether you wanted to play Conquest Large or any of that stuff. Rush was a very fun game I like to play as well, and a lot of the maps actually cater to Rush really well in Bad Company 2. But I'm going to talk about Battlefield Hardline. I wanted to express some of my concerns for it, and I want to know what your guys' opinion on it as well, because a lot of people didn't like Battlefield 4. Myself included. It was a great game, and it still is. I think that DICE has done a great job supporting it over the past 9 or so months when they started to launch the game. It's actually been out for, I think, over a year now, and they've done a great job with it. I think they've done a great job as far as support's concerned. Now, it was rushed because of trying to meet deadlines for the next-gen consoles and stuff, and look, you can't rush a product, especially a video game that's a AAA title like Battlefield. You just can't do it. You cannot rush a product that's a AAA title of that stature. It just does not work well. We've seen it happen with Call of Duty. Look how that's turning out. Call of Duty is in the gutter right now. Again, it's got a wide player base. You know, you got a bunch of people still playing it. You guys know this. It's pretty obvious. There's still Call of Duty channels still blowing up. I mean, look at Thunder, for instance. I mean, there's still a lot of views on his videos. That has a lot to do with him just being a great commentator and a great YouTube content creator as a whole. And that's why he's successful. He's a likable guy, and he talks about relatable topics and all that good stuff. But Call of Duty is not as good as it used to be. Why is that? Because they just rush titles, and it's just unfortunate. I would like to see people just take their time and make these video games really enjoyable, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're still paying money. We're wanting to play a game. We just want to relax at the end of the day, really play with our friends, and, you know, just forget about life for a temporary moment in time. And that's just the whole reason I play video games anyway. I just try to forget about stuff that's really all the drama in the world, which I'm fortunate enough to not deal with as much drama as a lot of other people do in the world, but I still like to get away. It's just a nice little thing to distract you from other BS in life, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. But let's get back on the Battlefield Hardline. So I had found out a recent little bit of information. I didn't play the beta or the alpha or anything like that, but a lot of people were talking about it. I watch a few channels that do talk about Battlefield Hardline, simply because Battlefield is one of their big things focused on their channel. Battlefield Hardline, to me, I really hope it's going to be good, but I don't know, because I found out that they're going to have a beta for the 360 and PS3 now. Here's what I think about that. If they're going to have a beta for the 360 and the PlayStation 3 version, that most likely means that they will obviously port the game for the consoles of last generation. Now, here's where I see the problem, and here's where I'm reading between the lines, so to speak. Okay, so think about it. Look how Battlefield 4 turned out. They were still porting this game for last-gen consoles, whilst still trying to make a port that's actually somewhat redeemable / playable for the next-gen consoles, which are the current gen now. I was hoping that this would not happen for Battlefield Hardline, seeing as it's going into 2015, the next-gen consoles, or the current gen, whatever you prefer to call them, i.e. the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, are pretty new now, and they've been out for over a year. You should stop making ports for the previous generation. Now, I know that sounds terrible by alienating a large portion of their fan base, but here's my seeing of this. Here's where I think the problem lies. A lot of people are just not willing to pay $300 to $400 for a new console. Now, that's understandable. It's a large amount of money, but you've had about 7 to 8 years to save up that amount of money. What, do they think these 360 and PlayStation 3 is going to last that long? Like, it's not going to last forever, people. You're eventually going to have to upgrade, and really just save a little bit of money. It's not too ridiculously expensive. At least it's not like the 360 and the PlayStation 3 when they first launched. They were about $600 to $700 with tax. That's a lot of money. It's almost cut in half. But what do you guys think? Leave it down in the comment section below. And if you think that's going to greatly affect or diminish how the game will be produced. I think it's going to hurt it a little bit, but I still think it has the chance of being a great game, especially Visceral, knowing that how Battlefield 4 launched and stuff, and it didn't do so well in the beginning. They're going to try their best to actually work with the community. I know there's a lot of people that said they've been beta testing and doing all the game changes and stuff, and they've had a lot of devs really listening to them, and let's just hope for the best. I mean, I'm really hoping that Visceral will actually try their best to make a great game. It didn't turn out so well for Advanced Warfare, but that's Call of Duty. We can't really trust these developers to make stuff that's going to be suitable for the large amount of audience, because a lot of people that play Call of Duty are just really casual and they just can care less about all the BS and drama. Call of Duty's not anywhere similar to Battlefield, so I'm really hoping that they got a really good, solid development team and they can really make us a great game to enjoy for 2015 and maybe the ongoing 2016 and so forth with all the DLC they got planned to go with it. But those are just some of my thoughts, and that's something that popped up in my head knowing that they're going to be making it for the previous consoles. It was a little bit worrisome, but who knows, maybe it'll be alright. But you guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.